What's up YouTube? No more Op4, doing another quick video for you today. This time I'm going to show you how to build a fire reflector. Essentially what a fire reflector does is reflect some of the warmth that is radiated from the center of the fire back to you. So when you've got a fire like that and you don't have a backing to it, essentially you've got fire that radiates 360 degrees out from the fire. By having a radiator built somewhere, depending on where you're sitting, you have some of the heat that is going away from you reflected back. First process is, the way that I do it, is just to get a couple sticks, about mid-thigh, hip height, depends on how big of a reflector you want to build, and just kind of cut the ends of them so they're pointed so that you can stick them into the ground. So we've got our 4 stakes positioned. The thing you have to consider before you actually even set up the camp, to be honest, is which direction the wind is coming from. You want your camp to be open so that the wind flows through, it doesn't flow through you and blow the smoke into your face. So in our case, it's coming from the west, blowing east, so our openness is along that trajectory. So when the wind does blow, it's blowing air through our camp, fueling the fire also, but blowing the smoke out, so we're not getting smoked out. So when you set these stakes up, how I do it is I actually make a V. A lot of people just make a flat back face. That's fine, but my thought process is the heat radiates, again, 360 degrees, so it doesn't just come back straight and then bounce straight back to you. If you've got an angled reflector, it reflects more of the heat back to you. It's got the heat coming this way, the heat coming that way. When you place these end stakes, you don't want them to enclose the whole fire, then you'll have air issues. You want the wind to be able to come completely over top of the fire still. So when you're picking the sticks to use, you can see we've gathered some here. It's okay to use wet wood because you're not actually burning this. One of the benefits though is as this sits next to the fire, it will dry. So if you get in a case where you run out of firewood in the middle of the night, some of your reflector wood will most likely be dry just to save you from having to run out. But when you're layering this is how I do it again. Just like this. For some of the bigger pieces, it's usually better to start at the bottom. You also want to make sure if you've got any angling on these stakes, they point outward so that you can fit the sticks in between them. And I'm just going to do a layered pattern up and down. You really only need your support sticks. This one's a little too short. Let's try it over here. You really only need the support sticks to be a couple inches high, but you want them further enough into the ground that they're not going to fall over when they've got weight against them. So like this one needs to be pounded in a little bit further. So again, I just want to clarify this because it's important. When you set up these 2 end posts, you want air to be able to draw in, so you don't want your fire in there. 1, because it'll be so close that it might catch that on fire even if it is a little wet. 2, because you still need the airflow to support the fire. So you can see we've got this levered up, and obviously there are a lot of openings. So what we do now is we're going to take some smaller sticks that we've got here, kind of just set those in between, and then we've got some pine boughs we'll lay against the back side of the reflector. You can also set some braces, as you can see they're necessary. That'll help when you're weaving some smaller sticks in to the larger gap areas. You can just lay sticks against the back side of it too. Nothing wrong with doing that. Not going to get too crazy with the sticks. I'm just going to lay the boughs now. Again, it doesn't have to be too sophisticated. The setup that we have already is going to take care of reflecting enough heat back to us that even when it's a small fire, we'll still be able to maintain more of the heat radiance. Careful you don't knock your whole shit over. Good enough to me.